nero eduka cholide ili kubwatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure company nambe yemo eyokorose chirangi meyense ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu bilia bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boyiko chire chechi brand ao echo chire chingia kerage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabono mbabwata chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentera nigwa amavuta yani oil na boygo chiriya chia mache inyuranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire cheri guririke iriya gatigati wekarigori lyabantabati boygo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo gwochoganya chirangi wikabunuragani gwochoganire erangiyiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores nabo kwegena muna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora gwikirano tutarire rero eliwe nyorere abamanyi naboigo enekenga enyumba yao use hasomanyete use chire chebiasara nchibwatokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego toka se enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangene duka ya Safaricom Mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simbwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Najua mimi watagomana nyumbani.
Sawa, subiri.
Niache tena.
Wewe ndio umesababisha yote haya. Hebu subiri.
Unataka kufanya ukimbilia kwa kitu gani?
Wewe
na utaratibu kule.
Wangu na wewe mbona unaita? Tulia basi wangu.
Wewe umekimbia mpumbavu mkubwa. Wewe kama mwanamke unajiamini kwa nini umekimbia? Na wewe wakunifanya hivyo mimi wewe kweli? Kabisa?
Nisamee kwa hiyo. Subiri kwanza. Nikuelezee ukweli.
Unieleza nini? Nakuuliza unieleza nini?
Sasa wewe ndio.
Unieleza nini? Sijui mimi nimekoma. Unieleza nini?
Life got better.
Chinsa Isano na Ibere cheritugori Alhamis chitariki 15 na Ibere mutinyokano mwaka bw'ekiri bubere 25 Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere asenchera yobange nchengatire Nyaboga tokobwatirana nere wisoni makori kurwaso munwa oriwe banyerero kabana intuweka omwario natoko chaka nigo imambia rero abawaziri babere nabo igo abariki babatambe gosechi principal secretary 14 kurochi wizara baba bagotianiwa ase nyomba yobora ya State House omochi ona Nairobi omochi egati abawaziri bari baba bagotianiwa ngamona Hanna wendo cheptumo oyotianiwa buno muwaziri ochenda nabo igo omoske Geoffrey Ruku oyo bakagotianiwa buno muwaziri wabokoreri we serikali.
I, Anna Wendot Cheptumo, being appointed a Cabinet Secretary of Kenya, do swear that I will at all times be faithful to the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, and uphold this Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will well and truly serve the people and the Republic of Kenya in the office of Cabinet Secretary, that I undertake to hold my office as Cabinet Secretary with honor and dignity, that I will be a true and faithful counselor to the President for the good management of the public affairs of the Republic of Kenya.
I, Geoffrey Kiringa Ruku, being appointed a Cabinet Secretary of Kenya, do swear that I will at all time be faithful to the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, and uphold this Constitution of Kenya and all the laws of the Republic, that I will well and truly serve the people of the Republic of Kenya in the office of the Cabinet Secretary, that I undertake to hold my office as Cabinet Secretary with honor and dignity, and I will perform my functions of my office conscientiously and to the best of my ability. So help me God.
I, Jane Kere Imbunya, being called on to exercise the functions of Principal Secretary, do solemnly affirm that except with the authority of the President, I will not directly or indirectly reveal the nature or contents or any business, proceedings, or documents of the Cabinet committed to my secrecy, except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as such Principal Secretary.
I, Regina Akoth Ombam, being called on to exercise the functions of Principal Secretary, do swear that, except with the authority of the President, I will not directly or indirectly reveal the nature or contents of any business, proceedings, or document of the Cabinet committed to my secrecy, except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as such Principal Secretary. So help me God.
naso moyegoyo oikeranwa na bawaziri au na boigo abaraya bange nigo muraibu ensi ya Kenya muske Dr. William Samoei Ruto arukubore uchasa bawaziri abo abaya gokora imirimo yabo aso bwasyo kuna boigo bwekerano unenchira yamo yo kwenekia obwegeno kro ase aba Kenya chinga kichecho nigo muraibu ensi arire yogo chikobwatisi abawaziri abo ase arache ko bagakonyara unenchira yamo yo gwekeranira aba Kenya amagenderero.
Every day we face numerous, diverse and forceful allegations, accusations, and demands. We must take them seriously, always remembering that as the executive, we are the trustees of the people and ultimately accountable for the use of public authority and public resources. The people are highly conscious that only by efficiently providing services to every citizen in every part of Kenya and managing each sector to enable workers and entrepreneurs to seize opportunities will we recover lost ground and achieve the prosperity we all aspire to. Expectations have never been higher, and failure is not an option. Our only valid response to criticism and demands is to perform our duties in a manner that increases public confidence in government. You are joining the executive at a defining midpoint, a moment that calls for greater effort and deeper commitment to achieving a national transformation that leaves nobody behind. You have been called to serve, not for personal gain, but to contribute to a team working to consolidate our progress and accelerate the implementation of our bold transformation agenda. This mission demands focus, diligence, professionalism, accountability, and tireless dedication.
totigerete asengane yeyogotiania kwa bawaziri abwabayani gabara ibaba saikuru county ya Kericho besokire na kwamerera ogochoro ko musubati hana wendo cheprumo buna omo waziri ogenda yemagega yo musubati hana ko bwatuka chingana chimbe anene mono igure ikichegenga na boigo okonererwa kwa basubati ase ana ateba buna egati abasubati bali bako bakonererwa na boigo anene mono goito nimbali batachiete skuru na boigo bali batagete chibesa korwa ase abandu chinga kichicho nigo abasayabo baruro kubora gochasomora iwense ko tugutirare ogochoro kwa wendo asene banigo bamumochire umwaziri wechigosori na mangana ya Masai Sari Muvuria.
Is the Cabinet Secretary of Youth Affairs and Sports, Salim Vuria, responded to our press that we had 2 weeks ago on the issues about elections on National Youth Council. Waziri, you said that the elections are going to happen in due course. I want to say that that is a rhetoric statement. We want you to give us a clear timeline and dates on when the elections of the National Youth Council are going to happen in the country. Our Waziri, you are a Waziri. We don't expect you to be giving statements that doesn't have a good roadmap. The Kenya Kwanza government tells us that they have a plan. Waziri, we want you to give us the plan and the clear plan of the Kenya Kwanza government on the youth matters.
I want to react on the approval of CS nominee for gender, Han Wendot. Parliament as of today approved our nomination for the position of gender, for the position of the Cabinet Secretary for Gender. I want to state categorically that and join the rest of the women in Kenya in rebuking our nomination and persuade the President to reconsider. We have many qualified and women in this country who should be considered for the position. Her remarks during our nomination that women who are victims of femicides are either uneducated or looking for money. That position does not belong to this generation.
Hatukubaliani kabisa na CS Chenda Ana Wendot huyo wa Baringo. Tunaomba rais wetu akansel hiyo maneno ya huyo mama na ampe mtu mwingine. Hafai kutamka asema ati wasichana wenye wanauliwa huko kwa marumu ati wanatafuta pesa. Kwani huyu CS ana wasichana? That is a very big mockery to the vulnerable groups in this country. And we really request the president to cancel and to give even to Trans Nzoia, that's it, or Wajir.
Juzi aliongea akasema hawa wasichana wenye wanapatikana lodgings ni wanatafuta pesa. She is the CS nominee. Afai kuongea vitu kama hizo as a CS nominee for gender. It should be somebody that support the vulnerable, the girls and the gender.
Sensemeri ya siasa nigo murikiwe kiama gya Jubilee Muske Jeremiah Kioni atebire nigo bamochore to nigo bamochorire oyo kabeiro mwaziri boborendi weime Muske Dr. Fred Matiang'i na nigo arache kururukia ebendera ye kiamekyo anene mono ase okoriye kiro kyo borai bwense ase chikura chire mutwe cyo mwaka 2027 chinga kecho nigo Muske Kioni amochire serikali ya Kenya Kwanza na goteba nigo yagenderera kongeria aba Kenya obugima.
We in Jubilee lady to seize power. We were there before. Now we will have an activity in the coming days, and like we have said before, we have our presidential candidate.
Every Kenyan wants to hear Matiang'i saying that he is running. So I also expect him to say that he is running. Actually, I know he will say it because he has told me. If he changes his mind, we can pick you as a candidate. Kwani nini si kuendelea tu. Kenya wanataka mtu yote lakini. Lakini wanataka mtu yote lakini si Ruto. Yeah. But they also want a performer. Yeah, sure. A person with a track record. You know, a person akisema tunaenda. Hiyo tu. That is why Matiang'i seems to be doing better. Even the polls that are being done informally, he seems to be doing better than many others. And we are happy that we are associated with him as a party. He is certainly going to be with us over this festive period. But launching presidential bid, those are things that will happen much later. There's a lot of work to be done before we start talking of launching. But political activities can always be there. They're happening.
When they took over power, fuel was selling at 159 shillings per litre. As of yesterday, the announcement they made they are doing 174 shillings per litre. We are doing worse than we were doing more than 2 years ago.
Ziriweka gantagia serikali musike John Mbadi ni gatabire serikali nsi y'Uburayi bwaye nigo yabekire mirobero na gwikira mwari w'umutinyi oyoiga nigo irache gutoma kishiringi bilioni 5 go cyase constituency bunenchira ya moyo gokonya imirobero y'iki constituency anena mono ekiganja kiregia CDF.
But you can tell your committees to go ahead and vet the students if you have not vetted them, even make provision. You know how 14 billion can be split. There is already 7 billion. The other 7 billion, I will make sure that we try as much as we can to release it by 29. But next week will be too much pressure on our part. We may not be able to manage next week. Now, on the question by Zamzang, reducing the budget of NGAF to 2.7. Honorable Zamzang, you may not be aware of this. This NGAF money is my creation. It's not even a creation of women MPs. It is John Mbadi standing before you here today. Women MPs approached me, and I took them to the minister then, the CS Rotich, who was my friend for many years. And I convinced Rotich, because the budget committee had rejected any creation of money for women representatives. And we persuaded Rotich. We were with Governor Wanga today. We were with Kajuju, the former MP, and Nyokabi. 4 of us. That is how this money came about. So I support it. We allocated 3.2, not 3.5, according to the records I have. But it was reduced. It was not National Treasury, it is this House. The moment this House reduces a budget, there is no power I have under the sun. In fact, the Constitution is very clear. No one, not even the President, has the power to appropriate money. Money is appropriated not even by any other House. It is the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya. Kindly talk to your friends, beginning with those who sit in the Budget Committee, to protect any money that is allocated to NGAF.
Waziri wa Bachenu Moske Adendware nigo ainekeria ba Kenya buna inse yo murebiresha nigo ba Kenya barache konyora obogweni andonse asebare batari kubori wa county gose Chinsa mochire bakuru gukwana kere aigete bosibwe kamati ebunge erikweranira maboro gore wizara ya Bachenu Moske Adendware niga tebre niga serikali eganire kwena no boseme gochasa ba Kenya anene mono igore ya Mario gari akuru Chinsa chase.
But as a country, I agree with you. We must empower our pharmaceutical manufacturing plants. And this House has an obligation, when you're dealing with a finance bill, to increase duty on pharmaceutical products that come from outside and protect the local pharmaceutical companies. Give an incentives for them to produce. But from where I sit, I want to make sure within the chain, the facility is right, the doctor is available, the drugs are available, mainly from KEMSA, and the days when you could steal the drugs of KEMSA and put it in a private hospital is not there. Because we follow, like the primary health care, level 2 to 4. During the NHIF defined time, the speaker, it was only telling you which facility do you want to use in your locality. Now, you can be from Nyeri, and if you fall sick in Garissa or in Turkana, you go to the nearest primary health facility because your data and everything. So we follow the patient. And we pay after the patient is treated, after the patient has been dispensed with the drugs, after the patient is discharged. So this system will make sure that even those who are contributing get value for their money. And this pooling resource together, from the lowest who can pay, to the Mamamboga who's paying 300, the one who's paying 500, the one who's paying 800. Members of Parliament who are paying more. when we pull these resources together, then we cover the 80% of the citizens of our country who are not covered by NHIF, which in my own opinion was very colonial, was a private elite salaried club when members of parliament and other leaders, we had many Harambes. So we want to make sure that there is healthcare. And the Speaker, finally, if we sort out the healthcare of any nation, for example, our country, and we sort the education of our country, Kenya will move from a developing country to a developed world. The two main indicators, the prosperity of a nation is found in the health of its people.
Kore Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere asenchera yo wange kore ningo nyeri mwancho murebuna Getembe TV na wayo Getembe FM ne bwate app yekerero imanyekaine muna Getembe digital app wetera app yo nabo oseko nyore app yo nigo kogenda gairi Play Store gose App Store onyare ko ye download na boyo wetera app yo nigo ranyare ko nyora emirobiri yonsi ya Getembe TV na wayo Getembe FM anene mono amangana maya gose Ekeonga emirobiri yonsi ose bipindi byonsi anene mono omuburera nyanchama tarira bakona boygo isiko ya bisi bonyare wesema kwego kena kuboygo kwimanya chinga kityonse ase eyapo yutogotiwa magega ase miroburi yonse ya Getembe TV nande ngore ko temna Getembe digital app na bobororo na boygo obwari abwamaya genda Play Store onyare go download eyapo yo wego ke wesema na boygo kwimanya chinga kityonse bye bye tumirane Chinsa ikomi.
Superstores Nero eduka asorgo ngurigarua South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati Rolling Mills eyukuya bwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achagwirigirie amabati anda unsialia utagete showroom yeto nigo enkare eyuerengia na boigo ekogokie riso yao chingagi ogoswasa yegakurigiria amabati aiga ntobwate team ya Tembo abo bagokora imirimo ase showroom yega babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho teberie kende gensi uraganie bagoteberie company ya mabati Rolling Mills niko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuare ye chikala ao na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges ao unabono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asbigo babwate Dumerang ayuare aye chigage emerunge tato asama mabati alia ye chigage emerunge bire na Isano na Isato babwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana Roman Jinko na boigo web design babwate ligani kabwate chikala bunabone lia Chaco Grey brick red tile red maroon sky blue na boigo na green obutambe bwe mabwate liga niko bokolengana amo nukanya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi boigo ebyo ochikunyara kabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabati liga ase nyumba yao tutari lero ase Ouru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabati yo akomenya segeka ayo guchanye warrant na boigo ayo orakoberwa ikasure asubwango edukeyega ya Ouru Superstores yego toka se nyumba ya Ouru Complex niyo muchuyigo busongo iyo erangene eduka ya Safaricom boigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani. Amone